No.
We'll take questions for both coaches. First question right here, Kyle.
Coach Malone, when you see LeBron after when you worked with him in Cleveland, after all this time, kind of doing some of the things he does on the court, what do you feel? What do you think about?
I feel really fortunate that he's on our team. I was with LeBron for 5 years, many years ago. I've always stayed in touch, have a great relationship. So for me, that was probably one of the best parts of this weekend was reuniting with guys that I've coached, like LeBron and Clay, and getting to know some players that I'd never been around before. Spending time with Bud and his staff. This is a hell of a weekend, and the game tonight obviously was the icing on the cake, that comeback in the second half. But LeBron's the greatest player in the world, and he can do anything out there, and he makes all of his teammates better. And tonight was just another example of that.
Standing on the left side.
Was it fun coaching against Joker, and was he running his mouth a little bit?
It was. I think it was probably better that he played for Bud, got some good coaching from Bud. But I was just so happy to see him out there, see him relaxed, having fun. That's who Nikola is. So I think everybody got a chance to see, Nikola's true personality. He was guarding LeBron at one point, and I called for the ISO, and LeBron scored. I don't think Nikola liked that very much, but. The best part about it, Mike, is that Nikola is now seen as an All-Star. He's played in his first All-Star game, and I think the first of many. And now we have work to do. We've got 25 games to go, so now it's about getting home and getting ready.
Over here on your right.
How Antonis Kalkavouras from Gazeta.gr, Greece. For Coach Bud is the question, even though you lost, in the back of your mind, you have a little bit of joy because when Giannis misses something, he plays harder, and I mean for the rest of the season.
Oh, no doubt that Giannis will be ready for the last 25, and he was pretty special tonight, and I think he enjoyed it. It was great for him and all his teammates with his group. He's a joy to work with all weekend, and like Mike said about LeBron, I'm happy that he's on our team when we go back home.
Over here again.
Coach Bud, Dustin Pfeiffer, Fox Sports Southeast. You coached Kemba, with this being his hometown. Can you just talk about the moments you had with him this weekend and what you've seen in his game?
Yeah, it's so great for Kemba to be a starter, here in his hometown in Charlotte, what he's done for this organization. He's a great competitor. He's got a great spirit, and being around him all weekend, you get to see and feel that spirit, and that, he's just a guy you want to be around and you have on your team. Just really happy for him and how his game and his career has grown.
Chris, right here in the center. Mike's coming over.
We can hear you, Chris.
Yeah, how you doing, Coach Bud, Coach Malone? In the regular season and even in the playoffs, can this type of setup work where both coaches are coming in doing a presser together?
I'll let Bud take that. We haven't made the playoffs, so I can't speak to that. So I'll let the experienced coach take that one.
Probably not a good idea. We could try it, though.
Nabate, right here.
Greetings. Question for Coach Bud. Nabate House, Bill Ronan on Sports. Talk about this is your second time coaching in the All-Star game. Compare the experiences and how much you enjoyed, which one you enjoyed more.
Oh, I didn't enjoy one over the other. It's just such a, a special weekend. It's a celebration of the sport. You feel honored to be here. I know I said it the last time. I said I don't know that I'll ever do this again, so I really want to enjoy it. And now I'm kind of saying the same thing to myself. You don't know if you're going to get these moments again. So just feel incredibly fortunate to have done it twice now. And, if it comes again, I'll do my best to enjoy it again.
Coach Malone, how were you able to convince your team to play that smothering defense in the second half?
Vic, it was a rousing halftime speech. What really happened was I was in the coach's locker room, and Bron asked if the team could go out and watch the J. Cole concert. And I said, listen, I'll let you guys go watch the concert if you promise to get your ass back in transition. And so LeBron made my words known. They watched the concert, and they came out and played great. But honestly, I thought the key to the game was that second group that was out there. Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Klay Thompson, Ben Simmons. Those guys just played with tremendous pace, and we started making shots, and the game turned. And the best part about that for me, sitting there watching it, was how excited the guys on the bench were. Just like in the first half for Coach Bud's team, when they had it going, the whole bench was into the game, and seeing the best players in the world happy for each other and celebrating for each other. That's great to see. So it was a lot of fun, and it just happened to be a very small part of the weekend.
Last question, back left.
Eric Horn, the Oklahoman. This is for Coach Bud and Coach Malone. I'm thinking specifically of guys like Paul George, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, but what do you guys think of the depth at that wing position right now in the league and where it is?
Go ahead, Bud.
Yeah, no, the wing is stacked. Every night you feel like you've got a tough matchup, and with the size and athleticism of those guys, they're just tough covers. They can do so many different things. They can handle, they can post up, set screens and pick and roll, be the ball handler and pick and roll. They just do so many different things. And then a couple of, a lot of them are impacting the game defensively too. That's, a lot of two-way players at that spot. So, every night you feel like it's a tough one at that spot.
I agree with Bud.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you.